All right, Chet Holmgren is the number 10 center in the league. This is a center based on NBA.com. What you do is you register what your player is at the beginning of every game. You have to say, hey, who's playing center? Who are your guards? And who are your forwards? I'm basing this on NBA.com. But if you disagree, if you say, hey, Chet Holmgren, actually, he was playing more of a 4 this year, you know what? Don't leave a comment. 20.4 PER, which is really good. Remember, 15 is pretty solid. 15 is the most solid you can be. It's an average player in the league. It will, if you're playing at a 15, you're going to stay in the league because you are keeping up with everyone else. But it's a zero-sum game. So remember, if you averaged out every player's PER, player efficiency rating, it would be 15. All right, so that's how it works. There's never going to be a season where guys are having a higher PER than normal. It can be more lopsided. Some guys might be like Joel Embiid getting 34 PER a game, which is the highest it's ever been. And that's what he had this season. So, which would bring other players down. So if Joel Embiid is that high, other players have abysmal PERs. That's one way to look at it. He didn't miss a game. Chet Holmgren didn't miss one game this year. Played 29 minutes a game. It's not crazy. It's pretty good minutes, good starter minutes. Low starter minutes is what I would say 29 minutes a game is. 5th most blocks per game. Good for Chet. That's 2.3 blocks. There's a player that got more blocks, got significantly more blocks than that. Even though Chet got a lot of blocks, there's a player coming up that the distance between 1 and 2 for blocks per game is big. Well, I'll tell you later. Great shooting percentage for a rookie. Let's look at him. 79% free throw. Good enough. Good. Check the box. 37.1 for a center. That's a rookie on 4 attempts. Excellent. I like that too. I'm into it. 52% of field goal percentage. It's great. For a center, it's good. Because if you're a center, you're going to be close to the basket. You need to have a great field goal percentage. Check out Daniel Gafford. He's not on this list, but Daniel Gafford had like a 70% field goal percentage this year. Pretty incredible. He can make his 2-point shots. He makes layups, which is important because they're worth 2. I'm not making fun of Daniel Gafford. He's a great player, and if you see him around, pat him on the back. 2nd in contested shots, Chet Holmgren, he's going to be on an all-defensive team. I'm sure, right? I assume. Do you assume? He's got to be. But that's all we got on Chet. He's number 10. Congratulations, Chet Holmgren. We love you. Alperen Sengun, everyone calls him Mini Jokic, which sucks because it just means he's not as good. It's just basically mini, as in his stat line is shrunken. But he's still great. When you're compared to a player like that, that's so incredible. All they can do is compare you in a way that means you're a little bit less capable than that excellent player. But he made number 9 on my list, which, whatever, doesn't matter. Missed 19 games. That's a lot of games. But it's still okay. 63. He wouldn't have qualified for because he would have played 64 games. He wouldn't have qualified for a All-NBA position, but hey, probably wouldn't have anyway, even if he played that 65th game. Surprising amount of steals for a center. What is he at? 1.2. Yeah, 1 steal a game. That's not a whole lot. A little more than 1. It actually is, especially for a center. You don't get a whole lot of steals. It's true. 7th in screen assists. When you set a screen and someone scores, that's a screen assist. You guys already heard JJ Redick. I'm sure you watched Mind the Game. You heard JJ Redick describe it. 6th in box outs means he put his butt into players the 6th most. He does a lot of box outs. If you know what a box out is, when the shot goes up, you drive your ass into the offensive player and make sure you get the rebound. Put yourself or your teammate in a better position. Go watch my other channel. I explain all this. 10th in contested shots, gets a hand up, gets his fingers on everything. A lot of players don't do that. A lot of players just let the guy shoot. Or they'll do a fake hand up, pretend, hey, ooh, I got a hand up. I did what I could. They don't count it. You have to obstruct the player's vision for the NBA to register a contested shot. And Alperen Sengun, 10th in contested shots. Stat line, again, the Diet Jokic. I prefer Diet Jokic. because it's just my spin on it, and I got taste. 21 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. He's going to be something. I'm excited to see where Alperen Şengün goes. 22.1 PER, he's up there as, he might be like 12th best PER in the league. Again, PER, player efficiency rating, it does favor centers, so keep that in mind. But Alperen Şengün is still good, but keep in mind he's not the 12th best player in the league. Kristaps Porzingis. Brad Stevens knew. He saw Porzingis and he knew he'd be available, got him, then re-signed him for a long period of time. Brad Stevens is doing his job. I'd kind of forgot about Kristaps. I hadn't watched a lot of games. I knew it wasn't working there in Dallas, and honestly, I'd kind of written him off. I was like, oh, Porzingis will probably be out of the league. He's just too injury prone. And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, the Celtics are signing him for over $100 million. And I was like, well, why? I thought he was kind of on his way out. But apparently he had an incredible season in Washington. I don't know. I didn't watch any Washington Wizards games, but apparently he did. He's been awesome this year. Low rebounds for a center, but hey, if you're a floor stretcher, it doesn't really matter. You're going to be out of position. You're going to be out of position for a lot of rebounds if you're shooting threes. So I forgive you, Porzingis. You don't need to have as many rebounds as Rudy Gobert. So he's got 7.2 rebounds a game. Again, though, it's not a lot. Great rim protector, 1.9 blocks. Solid enough. 11th most blocks per game in the league. 3rd in contested shots. Good defender. Good rim protector. Good scorer. And, 23.3 PER. 10th best in the league. Kind of interesting. Kind of an underrated player. He wasn't an all-star because I believe he'd missed a lot of games before the all-star break. But again, 57 games played. Wish he would have played more. I don't think we're out of the woods in terms of injuries. I got a feeling Porzingis is going to be a guy that plays 50 to 60 games every year, and that's what you can expect from him. That's my hunch. So he can be really great, but don't count on him. Which sucks to say, but he's still number 8 on my list. Bam Adebayo. Why do I love Bam? Because he can guard the perimeter. He's another guy, he gets less than 1 block a game. He's not tall for a center. He's an undersized center. And every year that the Heat have been in the finals, the 2 years the Heat and him have been in the finals, I've always kind of felt like when I'm watching, I always think the Heat are small. They're just too little. If Bam's the biggest guy on your team and then Cody Zeller's your backup center, it's just too hard, man. So I was kind of hoping that Lauri Markkanen would have got picked up by the Heat this year just because he's got some size on him. I think with the both of them, one playing the 4, one playing with the 5, I think that would have been awesome, but it didn't happen. So I just worry about their size. I think the Heat need to do something about that. But Bam is a really great defender. He has incredible defensive rating, even though his team's not great. Solid PER, but yeah, not a great shot blocker. A lot of usage, so on offense, you may think of Bam as, he's more of a defensive-minded center. He's really not. He's not. He's getting 19 points a game. He's a major part of that offense. And keep in mind, the Heat don't score a lot. That's not really their thing. And he's got enough range to be dangerous. 36%. He can shoot a 3. You can't leave him open at the three-point line. Does he shoot more than 1 3-pointer a game? No. But still, you can't leave him open. Rudy. Ooh. You probably thought Rudy was higher, right? But 3rd highest defensive rating in the league. Very good. Hasn't shot a 3 all season. I wish he would. I think that would be cool if he did that. Brutal free throw percentage, 63. I think Rudy has chosen to double down on what he's good at and ignore the aspects of his game that are not his bread and butter. It's a bold choice. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pans out for him, which, so far it has. But that's his strategy. He's like, you know what? I'm going to be kind of ass at free throws, but I'm going to block shots. I'm going to get rebounds. Because he's 6th most blocks per game, 2nd most rebounds. These are important things. And if you got other guys on the team that can score the ball, maybe you don't have to be a great free throw shooter. So, second highest field goal percentage in the league. Yeah, Rudy's good. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. That's how it's going to be. Kind of a boring slide, though. He's a center. He's a classic, man. And he's jacked. He's tall and jacked and good touch. Victor Wembanyama. Man, I love the way this guy plays. He's going to be a nightmare, dude. This guy has the most blocks per game. 3.6, dude. Look at this. Okay, so we go back to Rudy, who has the 6th most blocks per game. He's at 2.1. 3.6. And Wemby isn't even on the top list of contested shots. Why would that be? It's because players don't want to shoot around him. They don't want to get blocked. So he's kind of like blocking shots by intimidation. His shooting percentages are okay. They're fine. We don't need to get into those. Kind of high turnovers, honestly. For a center, 3.7 turnovers in 29 minutes. It's not exactly what you'd like to see, but again, he's a rookie. I'm holding him to the standard of a veteran player. 10th most deflections in the league. Keep in mind, his hands are so big. And 20th in steals. He's everywhere. He's like an octopus. 21.4 points a game in his rookie season. Damn, dude. Fastest center in the league. Keep that in mind. He moves down the court the fastest of all the centers. He's like a gazelle. 13th highest PER, and his team isn't even good. So player efficiency rating, it's going to bring your PER up if your team is good. Keep that in mind. Rising tide floats all boats. It increases your efficiency. But yeah, damn, dude. Victor Wembanyama, 5th best center in the league his rookie season. Joel, number 4. Wouldn't he be the best center if he can play? 39 games this year. Honestly, I think I was being a little bit generous putting him at 4, playing less than half the regular season. I think, yeah, 39, that's what he played. 39 games. It's not his fault. People get injured, but you know, that's one thing. They used to call him Joel. No, what was it? WebMD. Joel WebMD. Yeah, I think that's what they were clowning him when he was injured all the time. I don't know how that gets fixed, man. I don't know. Are just some guys, the way they play, the way their body is, just breaks more? I don't know. But it's a concern. He's a great player, but you just can't depend on him. And it sucks to say, because he's one of my favorite players to watch, even though he goes to the free throw line all the time. The question is, if he is playing in the playoffs with this new style of reffing that they're doing, where they're really not calling a whole lot of fouls, how's this going to pan out for our friend JoJo? Because a lot of his game is getting to the free throw line. He shoots a lot of free throws, man. 11 rebounds, 4 assists, solid blocks, solid steals. Missed a lot of games, like I said. Didn't qualify for the scoring title, which sucks because I think it would have been his third year in a row getting the scoring title. So, but the team sinks without him. Man, Philly was not good without Joel Embiid. People thought, oh, well, Tobias Harris and Maxey can carry it. Nope, no, they can't. Oh, dang. Turns out it was a lot of Embiid putting the team on his back. Because as soon as he came back and played in those just few games, I think they only lost maybe one game. Maybe they didn't lose any. I don't remember. Domantas Sabonis, how could you? How could you put Domantas Sabonis above Joel Embiid? Well, dude, Sabonis played in every game this year. He played 35 minutes a game. He was 9th in field goal percentage. He doesn't block much again. Like, really doesn't block much. 0.6 blocks a game. That's pretty brutal for a center. And he's kind of short too. And his wingspan's not crazy long. But now back to the good stuff about Sabonis. 8th in total loose balls recovered. He works really hard. Led the league in rebounds per game. Rebound title. That's what he's got now. 2nd in total minutes this year. Yeah, led the league in total rebounds. He just worked hard enough that you have to give it to him, man. He is a really great player. And it sucks that the Kings weren't good. But just like AD and LeBron are kind of the only good players on the Lakers, you know, like Fox and Sabonis carry that team. And Malik too, but, you know, you can't penalize Sabonis for how bad the Kings have turned into this season. Anthony Davis. Wait, I thought he was a 4. No. AD's a 5, man, and that's where he plays now. He lost his three-point game. He used to have an incredible three-point shot. That was like a big selling point, but dude, he does not do it anymore. He shoots 1.4 three-pointers a game, shooting 27%. That's a done. He doesn't do it. People will probably let him shoot just because you take your chances on numbers like those. You let a guy, hey, let him shoot it. We'll get the rebound. Field goal percentage and free throw percentage are always good. Anthony Davis is who the Lakers select when they have a free throw that they need to select someone, whether it's a tech or a flagrant. 6th in PER, so Anthony Davis is going to be a second-team All-NBA. Mark my words. Tied for 2nd in blocks, 2.4 blocks a game. Remember, Wemby was 3.6. So Anthony Davis is a great shot blocker, but if you compare him to Victor Wembanyama, he's kind of not a good shot blocker. But you can't compare yourself to Victor Wembanyama. It's not fair. 5th in loose balls recovered. So Anthony Davis is really working hard. I always like seeing who has the most loose balls recovered. Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard are surprisingly always on that, or not always, but this year are on that list. Guys on huge contracts that are somewhat injury prone, but they're really working hard. So I think that's awesome. I like guys that work hard and want to win. Played 76 games, 35 minutes a game. This was awesome for Anthony Davis. Everyone clowns him for being inconsistent, being very injury prone, but Anthony Data Davis, that's the other nickname that they gave him. So screen assists and contested shots, top 10. He's a hustle leader this year. He might get the hustle award, which they sometimes give out. Sometimes they don't give out the hustle award. Do you guys know there's a hustle award? Sometimes they give it out. Sometimes they don't. Number 1's Jokic, of course. No doubt. It's kind of boring at this point. I'm just going to read out my notes on him. 2nd highest PER in the league, 34.19. Dude. He's better. He gives you twice as much value as a solid player in the league. Top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in assists, 2nd most fanny points, if that means anything to you. If you're a fantasy person, I don't remember who was at the top, but fantasy being you lose points for turnovers and missed shots. So I think the most efficient stat whores are at the top. Not whores, I shouldn't say that word, but stat fatties. I shouldn't say fatties either. You know what I mean. His stats are good, and he's efficient. Killer shooting percentages, 35 from the three-point line, almost 36. It's not incredible, but for a center, it's enough to keep you honest. It's enough to say, hey, we got to get a guy out there on Nikola Jokic when he's at the three-point line, he's wide open. We got to get a hand up because he'll make more than he misses. So only missed 4 games all season. This is our MVP. It's just going to happen. People are talking about Luka getting the MVP, and Luka did have great stats. And I just heard Kevin O'Connor talk about how Jokic is an important part of the defense for the Nuggets, and that is just not true about Luka on the Mavericks. And I appreciated him saying that because I feel like for a long time people would clown Jokic for not playing defense, but I think Jokic is a great defender. He can switch. He knows where to be, and it's an aspect of his game that I think people don't really talk about. But if he wasn't good at defense, I don't think the Nuggets would have been championship material last year. And so, yeah, put some respect on his defensive name. In the words of Birdman, leads the league in pie, any sort of advanced stat. Nikola Jokic is going to lead the league in it. That's just the way it is. Oh, and screen. Oh, he's also a hustler. 8th in deflections. That's when if I haven't told you what deflections are, it's when the ball hits your fingers and it goes out of bounds. It's like an almost steal. It's a block. Think of it that way. It's a block on a pass. So, and then screen assists. He's setting a lot of screens. I imagine with his screen assists, he's setting the screen, probably getting the bucket too, because he's probably rolling, getting the ball, scoring. I think you get the screen assist too, if you score the ball. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited for the playoffs. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Let me know what I missed. Tell me what I got wrong. I'm sure I blow through this stuff. I just throw together a slide. So, be good to you, my Lizzie the corn dog.